And we're back. So I'm taking a break from the Skyline today. It's been giving me a headache with some of the electrical problems it's been having. I still gotta tackle them. I just need a little breather from it. I need to get some new rubber on the Volks wheels that I've been refinishing. So that's what we're gonna do now. So I'm gonna be headed over to a local shop, Cruise Tire. They always hook it up for me. So I'll get these new wheels on. Fitment's gonna be a little bit more aggressive for the GT-Four. So I'm probably gonna need to pull the camber a little bit as well. But we're gonna go ahead and head over to the shop now. So if you don't have a van, you should get one. I swear this thing comes in handy. I used to have a truck, a big old Raptor, and it was cool. It was pretty quick, looked cool, had good audio. It was stage 2. That thing got like 8 miles to the gallon and just wasn't practical. And as it goes for just hauling stuff, this van definitely does the job. Also, some of the guys on van culture, I don't know if you're familiar with van culture. I guess I'll make you familiar. So big van community. This guy Romeo Canless on there that does a bunch of custom stuff for these things, and made me a custom center console that has, you know, wireless charging docks, a refrigerator, a heater, all kinds of cup holder storage, all the fun stuff you want inside of a van when you're toting the kids around on long trips. But I'll start getting some good van content on here too, because it's definitely a big part of, you know, the tuner world of things, and the Japanese vehicle you know, world of just modifications that I think goes overlooked often. But once you're part of it, man, it's a dope community. But let's head out. So there's the Buddhist temple as we pull up to the tire shop. So that's this Cruise over here. We're just gonna drop these off and hopefully be back soon. All right, so we are back at the shop. We can get these tires swapped over. So wheels and tires over here. I still need to go through and refinish these the rest of the way. I just worked on that one over there, but I should be able to do these while it's on the car. And then after we do that, we'll realign this thing and then have some new shoes on it. And then while we're waiting, trip out on this apartment complex. So again, this is kind of like a Japanese territory, and I'm not sure why it exists outside of when this community, or this portion of the community was established. They had this Buddhist temple. But now there's still some roots for some of the other Japanese property owners, and they made a really nice little apartment complex over there. It's definitely one of the nicer ones in the area. Then back many years ago, they used to run the Obon Festival here. It was a pretty big festival. There was also a college, Hartnell College over here, that used to run a similar type of festival. So we had like a month of a lot of, you know, like Japanese culture. So a lot of the exchange students, people over here for high school and college, would do performances. So a lot of taiko performances. There'd be different plays and things like that run. And then these streets used to have a parade of sorts. Now it's just a bunch of businesses. And then this Buddhist temple's kind of just sitting in the middle of it. Still being kept up really well, which is nice to see. But hopefully some of those events start taking place again. And if you're ever in Monterey County, this is the spot. So Cruise Tire. I call ahead of time if you want any specific tire. They keep a lot of lower end tires on hand just because that's what most people are looking for, like what's the cheapest. So be the safest thing for the cheapest buck, but they can get you anything you want and their prices are better than everybody else. So I've been here for about 5 minutes. This side's done. I'm getting that other side knocked out. Man, what a difference. Just a change in, wheel and tire setup makes. We'll get a little better shot once everything's on the ground. And now we're on the rack for the alignment. So one thing to consider, if any of you wind up buying a car from Japan, make sure you pull your alignment spec sheet, because those specs are very likely not built into any of these US spec alignment racks. And we made it back home. So here we go. Man, you really can't go wrong with Volks, I swear. These things look so good on everything. But definitely looks good on this car. Fitment's pretty money. Ooh, I think I got just enough to clear. We'll find out on our first real bad series of bumps if I'm gonna eat those fenders up or not. If I do, I guess we're just gonna have to change the style a little bit. Now that these wheels are installed on here, we're gonna get back to refinishing. So these got just a wipe down. I showed earlier in it how pitted and oxidized they've been, but here's another view of that. So all I have here, just some soapy water. Got some 1500 through 3000 grit wet sandpaper, and we're just gonna get grinding on it. So as we look at these wheels, they're really not in the worst condition to start. They can just be, in a better condition. So the oxidation makes them look cheap, makes them look pretty bad. But the overall integrity of these wheels is pretty solid. Some real minor curb rashes on the sides of these, which I should be able to just take out with some sandpaper as well. Probably won't do that right now. I'm gonna get these looking just good enough to drive around on them for now. And then later on, since I need to roll the rear fenders, then I'll finish them up at that point and really make everything look super clean. But yeah, I do have some concerns with rolling the rear fenders. I don't know exactly what kind of body work was done on this, before I got it. It definitely has some surface rust in different areas, which is pretty typical of a car of this age, coming from Japan especially. It's not bad as this car goes. Like structurally, this thing's pretty well put together. But you never know, with the body stuff, if they prepped it well, how many things are potentially just hidden before, the auction time hit, because it does happen, but I'm hoping everything turns out okay. So once I get some heat on there and start my first passes on the roller and the next one, we'll know. It'll reveal itself pretty quick if there's gonna be a problem. Either the clear is gonna wanna start to bubble or separate, or we're gonna find it's gonna wanna crack in some territories. But I've been rolling fenders for a really long time, and when the fender is in good condition, the paint's in good condition, then we should be able to get through it without any type of failures. So I don't know where this horrible weather's coming from right now, but it looks like there's some rain coming in. So I'm just gonna knock this out here, give you all a shot of at least one side all completed, and then we'll have to reconvene in the next one. But right now, just as I did when these wheels were sitting out on their own before they were on the car, is I'm just gonna hand polish it. So just some mother's mag polish, old cotton sock, a little bit of elbow grease. Really goes a long way on these. It'll show me where some of the imperfections are still too, or when some of the tarnish doesn't really want to come up, and where I can spend some more time sanding. But again, we're getting this in just good enough condition, not perfect condition, just for the time being. Just, you know, I needed to throw some new wheels and tires on. Well, I needed new tires, so I figured I might as well throw these wheels on when I was doing it. So we'll just work on them slowly while they're on the car. All right, and that's gonna do it for today. Feel a little bit of that rain coming through now. So those wheels are looking nice and glossy. Car's looking pretty money as it is. Give you a close up on why we need to roll these fenders. So our fitment's pretty flush here. Same thing over here on the front. The front I've already got rolled. There's only so much you can do, but we are flushed out to the body. So there's that overhang there. It's about 1 inch. You can see where I was rubbing already, but we're gonna have to get that flattened out. We'll taper it from about where that bolt hole is, and then this will flatten out up through the top, and we'll taper it back in right about where this is. And yeah, then we should be good to roll. So on the next one, I think that's what we'll be doing. We're getting this rolled. I'll be finishing putting back the Skyline interior with that cleaned out headliner and rear seats that you see over there. And then we start cranking on that motor for that RV. So anything you guys want to see in particular, let me know. Jeez, I got too many car projects going on at one time right now, but this one's about done. Skyline's starting to get wrapped up. The next one would be either the S2000, getting that finished up, or the Fit. So you guys let me know, drop a comment. That'll be the one I focus on. We'll see you then.